Before we start, just a quick note. This project currently runs almost entirely on listener support, and we're still working to cover the costs of producing this season. If even a portion of listeners chipped in, say, €10 each, it would make a huge difference. If you're enjoying the podcast and wish to support, visit ko-fi.com/IThinkIsawYou. Enjoy the episode. Time has passed since I recorded these interviews. These precious gifts have been sitting, waiting on a hard drive since late spring of 2022. A random file search led me to bump into these recordings, and I listened to them again. I was moved to tears hearing these voices, like from a time capsule, calling me from the past, telling a story I hadn't quite seen at the time. A story about love, about our human fragility. A story about connection and belonging. A story about an unknown community. A glimpse into a hidden culture and into its resilience. But it's also a story that reveals the many ways in which we differ from one another, even through the varied ways we grasp, interpret, and shape the metaphor of disappearance. I'm starting to edit these voices and put them in a specific order. A gentle, hidden narrative unfolds on its own, yet I'm also the one doing the folding. I'm starting with interview number 1, where Israel invites me to go on a journey of disappearance. Interview number 1. Then, in interview number 2, Raphael warns me that some journeys can change you forever.
Number 3.
Interview number 3. Interview number 4. A piece of the past is revealed, another is held back.
Number 5.
Elena also offers me a hand and a hint for how to get out.
Interviews
number 5 and 6. A path emerges, either through seeing oneself or through being seen by another.
Number 8.
Each episode connects differently to the rest,
Number 9.
forming a subtle mesh of stories that weave through one another, tangled,
number 11.
overlapping, unexpectedly resonating.
Interview number 13.
Small side stories emerge as well.
Interview number 14.
A journey with a therapist.
Interview number
A boy
15.
meets a boy.
Interview
A father
number
reconnects
16.
with his daughter.
Interview
number 17.
17.
A ghost.
Interview
number 18. Death. Interview number 19 and the music
19.
that remains. And the last interview number 20 with Tal. A journey ends where a work of art begins. And back to interview number 16. The program Generation J has ended. And in this interview, Adah talks about leaving communities behind. Adah sits in front of the microphone in a quiet, secluded room that is located farther away from everyone else in the program. Her gentle yet powerful presence fills the space. Interview number 16.
I've done a lot of moving from one place to another. The last 3 years I've been in the same apartment, which is really an anomaly for me. And there are communities that I've been a part of and then sadly, suddenly not been a part of. I've usually maintained some thread of connection, but I do feel like I've disappeared from certain places.
I Think I Saw You is a podcast dedicated to exploring our human disappearance. Every episode features an interview with a different person. In this season, I recorded the participants and faculty members of the program Generation J, each of whom reflected on their own thoughts and experiences of disappearance. I think I saw you, Adah, right when you disappeared.
Und doch ist es schön wie ein Nest, und aus Rosa wird Zweigele Bells, a vielen unserer Träg, von Beise der Wartung und Schreck, a vielen unserer Träg.
The space of disappearance feels to me like missed opportunities, like certain directions that could have developed, certain friendships that could have deepened, or projects that could have continued. And that can be sad to dwell on. But one thing that I've learned from staying in the same place for 3 years is that even if you stay in the same place, other people move around you and other dynamics change. So change is still their constant, whether I move or someone else moves around me. But maybe retelling the stories of what could have been, or reimagining different possibilities, is a way of having someone join you in your space of disappearance.
Und doch ist es schön wie ein Nest,
and still it is beautiful.
und aus Rosa wird Zweigele Bells,
This lilac stem like a miracle,
a vielen unserer Träg,
and even this terrible year
von Beise der Wartung und Schreck,
of evil foreboding and fear, even this terrible year, and still it is beautiful. This lilac stem like a miracle, and even this terrible year of evil foreboding and fear, even this terrible year.
I once had someone tell me, I love to do social dancing, and I've done a lot of social dancing, and there are a couple of different ideas that I've gathered from different places that relate to this idea of disappearance. And one is that one state of mind to be in is that you dance with one person and you have a connection, and then you thank them for that dance and you move on to the next person and you have a connection with that person. And I think it's possible to do the same thing with places or communities. You can have an engagement, and just because you're leaving doesn't mean that it didn't happen or wasn't valid or real. And another image that I have is I worked at a Quaker backpacking camp for a number of years, and we did a silent meeting for worship on the river every year in canoes with people holding hands to keep the canoes connected. But there's also a point that you come to in the river where the slow water that makes it possible to stay connected becomes rougher, or there are rocks and other obstacles, large branches and things, and so you have to let go and you have to navigate around the obstacles. And so at the camp as a staff, we talked about that experience of letting go, and how being in a community can be like holding each other's hands, one canoe to the next, on still water, and you don't know what's going to happen next, but that's a special thing to hold on and maybe prepare yourself for the unknown. I think as a singer, as a performer, I feel fully seen on a regular basis, which is kind of a profound thing. But there are often moments in performance where I feel like I am here, I am communicating something, I am being understood, there's a point of connection, and that's very satisfying. I am also a songwriter, and I think especially when I'm singing songs that I've written, I feel very seen and heard. And I had an experience recently where I wrote a song for a friend who is also a Yiddishist, who got married to someone that he met during the pandemic, and the wedding ceremony was live streamed, and I wasn't able to be there, but I decided to write a song for them as a present, and I performed it in a concert that had a small live audience, but mostly also a live streamed audience. And it was a really profound experience because this was the first time that the couple was hearing this song that I wrote for them. And I knew that they were listening. It was really lovely to give a song as a gift and know that it's being received, even though we weren't in the same physical space. I love writing songs for people, and I think that's a way of not only having myself seen and heard, but also showing that I'm seeing and hearing other people that I care about in my life.
Wenn zwei feierdige Menschen mit Geläumes dat zweiter gut verstehen, sinnen an eine dem anderen, wachen auf warme Fahrtagen, blechen an Händ und Herzen as a Strahl, as a Abschein, as a Finkel, as a Glimmer, as a Scheinung, as a Blendung, as a Blitz. Wie a Glas auf der Sonne, wie Brillanten der Million, wie heiß und hell und heilig, wie a Fire hits, und wie heiß und hell und heilig fire is.
My name is Adah, and I'm a Yiddish singer and an educator. I'm from upstate New York originally, and now I live in the Boston area in Massachusetts.
Adah is part of the band Leviosen. Leviosen are Adah Hetko, Lysander Jaffe, Kaya Berman-Peters, and Rafi Bowden. You should definitely check out their enchanting album on Borscht Beat, Bandcamp, or leviosenmusic.com. I Think I Saw You is created, produced, recorded, designed, and edited by me, Eyal Davidovitch. The podcast's main theme was composed and performed by me as well. Mixing and additional sound design by the one and only Jan Brett. The podcast is supported by Paideia, the European Institute for Jewish Studies in Sweden. Say hi and share your own thoughts and reflections on Art and Time Machines on Instagram or in the comments wherever you listen.
When two